Welcome to Dream by Design with Melissa Banks. I'm your host, Melissa Banks, and this is Women Who Shine series. This is where we celebrate women who are walking in their purpose, breaking barriers, and lighting the way for others. Each woman we feature here has a story that reminds us of the power of faith, resilience, and determination. So today, we're shining the spotlight on author entrepreneur Kate Thurman. Kate is a woman whose journey is not only inspiring, but also a reminder when women shine, we give others permission to shine too. Welcome to the show, Kate. Thank you for sharing your light with us.
Thank you for having me, Melissa. It is such an honor to be here with you. Thank you. Thank you again for having me. I'm excited.
Me too. I'm excited. You're looking beautiful. We're excited to just let you shine in the spotlight for a few minutes. I wanted to start, Kate. You do many things. You have your fundraiser, your nonprofit. You're an author. Congratulations on the success of your new book, most recent book. You
Thank you.
do so many things, and we just want to congratulate you on all of your things. But talk to us about the beginning and how you had this dream, but somehow this dream turned into reality. Share with us how you were able to do that.
It was so many dreams. The dream about the book. I've always been a writer inside. I used to write plays at school. I would do the talent shows. I would always win. And you don't know this, but even I had a knot or something that was on my shoulder, and it was hurting me. And we had to at the last minute turn the dance around at school and still won first place. That's hurt I was. So all of those things that happened, and actor Robert Townsend, he came to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I'm from Demopolis, Alabama, and he started a school. And I applied for the writing and the director. I didn't get the director one, but I got accepted into the writing one. And so being able to have that experience, I thought that was the time my dream was coming true, but it came true with this last book. It was a journey.
Mm-hmm.
Like went
Absolutely.
from one thing to the next, and then I went from writing the plays and winning in the talent shows and writing with Robert Townsend. Robert Townsend. I got to send you the pictures. And then I thought that was a dream, but I always had that dream that I wanted to write my book. So I would write the books and never would put some of my books out. Never. Wrote a lot of books, but never would do it. And then I did get in an anthology before, but this one was my greatest accomplishment because this came from it was a different journey. So it was two different journeys in one. My husband and I have had a few miscarriages, and the pain of that was a lot. And God told me to write the book. So I had to learn that when he told me to write the book, and the type of book that I wrote, that's what made that dream came true, because I got to write and finally put my books out, something that I wrote instead of just writing and put them on the shelf. I wrote it, but it was about my pain. That it was a different journey. So it was two journeys in one. And so that's why it's my biggest project.
One of the major things that you just talked about, and I want to make sure we get it, is sometimes we think what we think is the dream is really the setup for the dream.
Yes.
And we don't see it when we're going through it. But as we look back through those things, and these are the things that shape who we are, because you thought that was the dream. So thank goodness you kept moving, you kept going, and now you have this beautiful book that's inspiring so many people. Now, Kate, I want to talk about women who shine. You know, when I say women who shine, I light up. I feel excited. I smile when I say it. It's just a good feeling that comes over me because I love sharing with women. I love putting women in the spotlight. So when you think about women who shine, how does that resonate with you personally? And what does it truly mean for you to just step into your own light and allow others to see it?
Well, it resonates, and it resonates with me because I'm a giver, and I like to see other people's light shining. But to have people say to me all the time, it's like your light is just shining bright. You are a light. You're bubbly, and that's the way God made you. And that feels good because my shine from my inside shows on the outside.
Mhm.
So but with me being a giver and just loving to give to people whatever I have, and I love pouring out to help other people's light shine, it makes me feel really, really good. Really good. Like, oh, if you only knew.
I'm sitting here listening to you and looking at you, and you're just shining. You're just glowing. I'm so excited to see you in this place.
Thank
Let's
you.
talk about that for a moment. Rising through challenges. Success does not come, in my opinion, without some challenges along the way. So share with us a moment when you were tested,
Ooh.
maybe even doubted yourself, and what gave you the strength to rise above it.
Hmm. I was tested with all of the miscarriages, but it's the last one. And I bring that up because it's the most recent. I was tested with the non-profits. I thought that when I lost one baby, it was we wasn't gonna be able to do that because I said to my husband, I said, we had to lose Peanut. We called him Peanut. I said, because it's so much we have to do, we have to help people. So we wasn't gonna be able to focus on that, right? If I get pregnant again and I lose that baby, the non-profit already started. And when I lose that baby, that was a test for me. It was bigger than all the other tests because I'm like, no, because he showed me this, he told me this, and it made me doubt who I was. It made me doubt God's love for me. It made me doubt a lot of things, and I can openly say that that was a hard time in my life, and that was a test. It was times I wouldn't even pray, and I came through that by reading the Word. Um, I started watching silly stuff on TV. I wouldn't watch, sometimes you got to guard your ear gates. So I'm like, I'm going to just start watching TV. It sounds cliche, I'm sure. But I did. I started watching some stuff I didn't need to watch. And anything came on, I was watching it. And it was like, I felt peace, but it wasn't the right peace. And when I got in my word and I overcame it through the word, that's when I was like, okay, I asked God for forgiveness. And I was like, Lord, I didn't hurt your feelings. But then he sent people to assure me that I didn't hurt him. He wanted me to cry my heart out to him. He knew that was going to happen. For me to be able to step into the person that I am, for me to be able to step into the light and be able to walk in what he called me to do.
Absolutely. And I'm sure so many listening can relate to that moment when you feel like it's not happening. You feel like, Lord, this is enough. And
Mm-mm,
and that's where you were, but you didn't stay there. Even
mm-mm,
though you were trying to erase it from your mind, it was part of what you were supposed to go to through.
right.
And then you leaned into your faith. And that's what that I would just want to make sure that everyone hears, that you doubted, yes, but you didn't stay in that place, and you leaned into that faith that you had already built up in
Mhm.
you. Because you know what happens to us is not a surprise to God. It's part of the journey
Yeah,
for him to get you to where you needed to be.
it
So
is.
thank you for not stopping right there, and thank you for being open and sharing that right there, because that
Thank
helps so
you.
many people, I'm
Thank
sure.
you. Thank you.
Now let's talk about celebrating wins. As women, we typically downplay our wins.
Yeah.
We move from one thing to the next quickly, and we just keep moving. But this
Mhm.
show is about celebrating you. So we want you to share with us a win. And when you think it could have been something a long time ago or something yesterday, but it was a win. And when you think about this win, you get excited all over again just
Mm.
thinking about it. So share with us something that does that for you so that we can celebrate you.
There's a lot of them. I like the two kids that I did birth, and my sister passing away, getting her three kids. So those are wins. But another win is my husband and I dated 27 years ago, and I got married. That was a disaster, but God brought that full circle. My husband and I, Chris, back together, and that is one of the biggest wins, along with my kids. That's one of the biggest wins. And then even though we've had miscarriages, the win most recently is the book. I keep going back to that because when listening to God and being obedient, that's why I'm sitting here shining right now with you, because I was obedient. I listened, And the biggest win is to help somebody else with my story. So if my story can help the next woman or the next woman and lift them up and make them feel like they have accomplished something, that's the win. That's the biggest win in this moment right now is the book. Because yes, I have my husband, yes, I have my other kids, but from my pain and writing from my pain and knowing that I'm not the only one that been through that pain, the win is this book being out and this book being able to help others.
What's the name of the book? Share the name of the book because I know this book is going to help so many people. Share if you have a copy there, put it on the screen, bring it up so that we can
I have
celebrate
a
with you.
copy in my other room, but it's Beauty Beyond the Tears, Finding Strength After Loss.
Beauty
I do have
beyond the tears. Oh wow, love, 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 love that.
Mhm.
Thank you for sharing that, and we celebrate that moment with you. The moments of becoming a parent to your own children and to your sister's children. Wow, what a great honor that is! And then to bring your story together in a book that's going to inspire, uplift, and encourage women around the world. So we're
Amen.
celebrating you. At this moment, I'm going to reset for a moment. If you're just joining us, this is the Dream by Design with Melissa Banks, Women Who Shine series. And our woman shining the spotlight on today is Kate Thurman. Okay, Kate. So let's talk about staying the course. On your journey, we all know that some days are just heavy. Some you don't get up every day light and excited, but some days feel really heavy. Or maybe the noise in the world is just loud and it's a lot going on. How do you stay grounded and focused and determined that you're going to
Oh,
keep shining?
God, but not just, not just God. It's God is the main source, but it's the people that He uses to give me His word when I'm down. So, because sometimes when your ears are clogged up and you feeling away and you're supposed to be hearing from God, so He'll send those vessels. It still comes back to Him because it's still God. And the mouthpieces He sends to uplift you and my husband and my kids. Just my husband is so supportive um, of me and everything that I do, and if he sees that I'm down or he sees, oh God, some of the things that he will say, and he's really smooth with it, just say it and go on about his business.
Mm.
And and then someone would may call my phone and just give me a word, or they send a message, I'm praying for you and you've been in my spirit. That lifts me up when I'm down, because I have those days when I'm heavy. I have those days. We all have those days where you don't want to get up, you just want to sleep half of the day, but you can't. You have a purpose and you have things to do. You have to just keep going and keep moving.
Absolutely. And you know what? That one of the things you said then, and you said in the prior question, and I wanted to come back to it, is when you turned those shows on that you didn't need to be watching, but you needed to clear your head and focus on something other than what you were going through. So
Mm-hmm.
when God brings people to you at the moment, whether it's your husband or a dear friend, or you see a motivational post that just push you back into the space that you need to be in, that's God moving, because it all, like you said, it all comes right back to Him. And it
Mm-hmm.
is about guarding your peace and guarding your mind and what you're
Mm-hmm.
feeding in there. And I just think when you learn that lesson, that's one of the biggest lessons you can learn, because you can change the channel from just focusing on that heavy noise and get you
Mm-hmm.
back forth focused on your purpose. And that's what gets you up. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
You know, there are women who's watching, Kate, and listening to this inspiring conversation that we're having, and they have a big dream, but they feel stuck and afraid. What would you say to her to just remind her that she has everything she needs in, inside of her to step out and shine?
Don't let fear be your portion. Um, a lot of times when we have it in, I was like that at one point too. When you have it in you and you know you have it in you, but you was like, I want to be like Melissa, but I don't know what to do. Or they feel like they don't have someone to turn to, they feel like they don't have support, or they don't know where to start. Start by reaching out to your neighbor, your friend, who they may know on their job, to know this person, to know that person, to know this person, know that person can get you in the door. But don't let fear hold you back from speaking to someone. I'm not saying go do a live and say, hey, I'm trying to figure out what to do, but you can see who knows. Yes, absolutely, yes, you can do that. any way that you feel like you need to, or send a DM to someone and say, hey, I saw your inspiring show. I would like to be a part of your show. I would like to come and share my story. I feel like I have a great story to share. You can do all of those things, but do not let fear be your portion.
That's it. Move in fear. That's the message that she's bringing to you. It's to just move in fear. Follow
Mhm.
people who do what you want to do. Watch what they do. Let them know that you have an interest. Those are the
Yeah.
things that you just shared that will get you moving, so that you will not let that fear stop you in where you.
Amen.
Thank
Amen.
you for that. Okay, so I know that we pour as women, we pour into everybody. We pour into
Yes.
our jobs, our businesses, our families. We do a lot of pouring into other people.
That's
But
correct.
oftentimes we do all the pouring and we're not pouring into ourselves. So how do you make sure that you protect your own light and you pour into yourself so that you can continue to shine?
Ooh, that is something I've been dealing with the past couple of weeks. I've been in consecration most of the day, and I had to literally set a boundary. Say, hey, I'm pouring out what I got, but if I continue to pour out and I don't allow and I don't sit and spend time with God and allow God to pour back into me, I'm gonna be exhausted. I won't be able to check the messages. You spend times that it took me 3, 4, 5 days to get back to you because I poured and poured and poured and I haven't taken that time. So um I make a conscious decision now to make sure that I spend my time to get poured back into. And a lot of times some, again, it goes back to God's vessels and the people that you're in your life for this season. They pour into you as well because we all need to be poured into. You need it, I need it, no matter what you do, whether it's ministry, whether it's even a talk show. If I'm doing 50 million interviews on my show and I'm just pouring out and tired and I'm not, I want to be the guest sometime too.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because if, like you said, if you're just pouring out and you're never pouring in,
Mhm.
then you're going to be depleted. So
Yeah.
you talked about being on another show so that you can get poured into, listening to somebody else so that you can get poured into, and that's what gives you what you need to continue to be you, but while
Hmm.
you're helping others.
Yeah.
So, Kate, when you look at your life, your journey, and it's such a powerful journey, and to see you standing here shining like you are is such an inspiration for me and an encouragement for me to keep going myself. When other people see this and meet you, what is it that you hope that they will feel or remember about your journey that will inspire them and use you as an example?
Then I kept going. No matter what challenges came to me, I kept going. And I wanted to still be there and show up for them, for the people who may need my story and who may need so my story can help the next person who needs my story, to help them get to the next step in their lives and just to be that beacon of hope for people.
Mhm.
We with our ministry, Faith Safe Haven Women's Ministry, that's one of the things that we strive to do. And I want to always be known for that person that helped but spread wasn't afraid to spread the story and spread the word and use their story of pain to help someone else in the pain. So when people meet me, I want them to come up and say, and I do get that. Oh, I saw your interview was so inspiring. I saw your story, and sometimes people call and want to give me, medicine tip. Well, try this and try that. So that it feels good to know that people really want to help you while you're trying to help others.
Absolutely. But this has been such an inspiring conversation from beginning to end. I felt so encouraged and inspired. And I know every other woman who's listening to this will also. So share with us one final word for our audience that they can carry with them after we go off that to use for encouragement from your story.
Keep God first. Um, None of this was possible for me without God. Um, do everything and make sure it's centered around positivity. Center yourself with like-minded people, the people that's in this season on the same journey as you, because everybody that's from your past season not meant to go into your new season. So always just center yourself around good people. Keep God in the center of everything that you do, and just keep positivity around you.
I love that. Love that. Thank you so much, Kate, for sharing your story with us and being so open and then allowing us to celebrate you. So let our audience know how they can stay connected to you. Tell them the name of that book again, and we'll be sure to include the information below
Yes.
with the video and just how they can stay connected and support you in all that you do.
Okay, so the name of the book is Beauty Beyond the Tears, Finding Strength After Loss. You can reach me for the nonprofit is angelicallyblessed.org. If you want to reach me via phone, it is 770-765-6641. If you want to reach me for the Kate Thurman Show, is thurmankate4@gmail.com. For Angelically Blessed, the nonprofit is angelicallyblessed0811 at gmail.com. Social media, Facebook, Kate Thurman, and LinkedIn, Kate Thurman. It's a lot. And it's Angelically Blessed, Faith Safe Haven, Graceful Gatherings with the Thurmans. If you want to book the Graceful Gathering with the Thurmans, Graceful Gatherings with the Thurmans, 811 at gmail.com. It's a lot.
But thank you, Kate. This has been wonderful. You can find her on social media at katethurman.com, and that will probably lead you to everything else. So
Everything else.
thank you so much, Kate. You were amazing. And
Thank you
thank
for
you
having
to
me.
our audience for being here for today's Dream by Design with Melissa Banks, the Woman Who Shines series. Thank you, Kate, for opening your heart and sharing your incredible journey with us today.
Thank you
Your
for
story is a reminder that no matter where you start, we all have the ability to rise, to dream, and to shine. To every woman watching, I hope you feel encouraged and inspired to keep pushing forward towards your purpose.
Amen.
I'm your host, Melissa Banks, reminding you that your light is needed, your voice matters, and your shine is powerful. So until next time, keep shining.